Okay, Module 6, flashcards. What is the recommended rest interval training in hypertrophy phase of the OPT model? 0 to 60 seconds. What is the resistance training tempo used in phase 1, stabilization endurance training? 4, 2, 1. What is the recommended rest period between pairs in the power phase of the OPT model with reference to resistance training? 1 to 2 minutes. What is the recommended rest period between circuits in the power phase of the OPT model with reference to resistance training? 3 to 5 minutes. What are the acute variables of training? Repetitions, sets, training intensity, repetition tempo, training volume, rest interval, training frequency, training duration, training exercise selection. What is the repetition range for resistance training in phase 3 of the OPT model? 6 to 12. What is the repetition range for resistance training in the phase of strength endurance training? 8 to 12. What is the recommended tempos for resistance training exercises in phase 2 of the OPT model? 2, 0, 2 strength exercise and 4, 2, 1 stabilization exercise. What is the percentage of intensity for resistance training in the second phase of the OPT model? 70 to 80%. What is the repetition range for the resistance training in phase 4 of the OPT model? 1 to 5. What is the tempo for stabilization polymetric exercise? 3 to 5 second hold on landing. What is the recommended tempo for core exercises in phase 2 of the OPT model? Medium. What is the recommended tempo for polymetric exercises in phase 2 of the OPT model? Repeating. What is the recommended tempo for resistance training exercise in phase 4 of the OPT model? XXX. What is the recommended tempo for core power exercises? The same. What is the recommended repetition resistance training in phase 5 of the OPT model? 1 to 5 reps strength and 8 to 10 reps power. What is the recommended percentage of intensity for power exercise performed in phase 5? 30 to 40%. What adaptation is yielded from 3 to 5 sets to 6 to 12 repetitions at 75 to 85% intensity? Hypertrophy. With what percentage of 1 RM is muscular endurance and stabilization best developed? 50 to 70%. What are the acute variables for active isolated stretching? 1 to 2 sets. Hold 1 to 2 seconds, 5 to 10 repetitions. What are the acute variables for dynamic stretching? 1 set, 10 repetitions, 3 to 10 exercises. Fitness training that varies the focus of a training program at regularly planned period of time to produce optimal adaptation. Periodization. What are 2 primary objectives of periodization? Divide the training program into distinct periods of training and train different forms of strength with each period to control the volume of training and prevent injury. The long-term macro cycle of a training regimen over 1 year's time. Annual plan. Details the specific weeks and days of each workout for a mesocycle. Monthly plan. Microcycle training can best be described as what type of plan? Weekly plan. What are 4 primary focuses of phase 1 stabilization endurance training? Increased stability, increasing muscular endurance, increased neuromuscular efficiency of the core musculature, improving intermuscular and intramuscular coordination. What are the 3 goals of phase 4 of the OPT model? increase motor unit recruitment, increase frequency of motor unit recruitment, improve peak performance. How many core exercises should be included in phase 2 of the OPT model? 1 to 3. What are 2 methods of progression in maximum strength training in the OPT model? Volume and load. In which phase would one superset a strength exercise with a similar stability exercise? Phase 2. Uses high levels of volume with minimal rest periods to elicit muscle growth adaptations. Hypertrophy. At which OPT phase may heavier loads require longer rest periods? Phase 4. Upper body progression examples. 2-arm, alternating arm, single arm. Exercise selection for supersets in power phase. 1 strength followed by 1 power. What is primary means of increasing intensity, progressing clients in phase 1 of the OPT model, enhancing proprioceptive demand of the exercise? What are 2 chest exercises used in stabilization level of the OPT model? Ball, dumbbell, chest press, and push-up. What are 2 total body power exercises? 2-arm push press and barbell clean. What are 2 different leg stabilization exercises? Ball squat and multiplanar step 2 balance. What are 2 methods of progression in the power level of the OPT model? Speed and load. What activities should be included in a proper warm-up before athletic activity? SRM, self-myofascial release, and dynamic stretching. What are 3 progressions for a ball squat, curl, 2 press exercise? Alternating arm, 1 arm, single leg. What are 2 exercises for legs in the power phase? Squat jump and tuck jump. What are 2 different leg strength exercises? Leg press and barbell squat. What are 2 shoulder power exercises? Front machine ball oblique throw and overhead machine ball throw. What are 2 total body strength exercises? Lunge 2-arm dumbbell press and squat curl 2-arm press. Exercise selections for stabilization exercises. Total body, multi-joint, or single joint controlled unstable. Good for beginner clients, moves primarily in 1 plane of motion, does little to change LPHC stabilization. Resistance machines. Challenges core stability and can increase athletics performance, but may require a spotter, barbells, and dumbbells. Free weights. Allows for freedom of movement in multiple planes of motion without the need of a spotter. Cable machines. With modularity can be progressed or regressed by changing the line of pull. Elastic resistance. What are the benefits of suspension body weight training? Increased muscle activation, low compressive loads to the spine, increased performance potential, increase in caloric expenditure, improvements in cardiovascular fitness. What are 3 regressions for performing a prone iso ab exercise? Perform in standard push-up position, perform in push-up position with knees on floor, perform in hands on bench and feet on floor. What are 2 progressions for step up to balance? Step in frontal plane and step in transverse plane. Weighted balls that come in variety of weights and sizes, medicine balls. Differs from a dumbbell or medicine ball in that the center of the mass is away from the handle, requiring more strength and coordination. Kettlebells. What are 6 benefits of vibration training? Improving circulation and cardiovascular function, alleviation of muscle soreness, weight reduction and increased metabolism, increased bone density, increasing flexibility and range of motion, improving overall well-being. What are 2 progressions for a ball dumbbell roll? Alternating arm and single arm. What are 1 regression for ball dumbbell row? Kneeling over ball. What are 3 low volume, high intensity training adaptations? Increased rate of force production, increased motor unit recruitment, increased motor unit stabilization. And that is 60 out of 60 for our flashcards. Hope this helps you study. Please give me a like if you liked this kind of video.